but I recognized at that point, it was like, because I started doing music at a young age, but I knew that basketball was going to be one of those things that was going to get me out of Detroit, Michigan. So it's like, growing up, I never was a person that actually gave into the system, so to speak. So I didn't graduate from elementary school. I didn't graduate from middle school. I got kicked out of every school I went to. Looking back now, I'm very thankful because it's like, I feel like the spirit was always with me. Like, nah, man, you're not even supposed to learn this shit. You're not even supposed to learn. So it's like elementary school is like, let me give you a quick story. It's like the only reason why I graduated is because I put a fire out in the bathroom during lunchtime. This pale skinned kid, he put the bathroom on fire. He got a trash can, he lit that boy on fire. I go in there, see it, he leaves. So I end up, putting the fire out, with the water. I had to go to the auditorium to get like milk cartons. So I was like getting empty milk cartons and just put the fire out. So this is like a week before graduation, 5th grade. So I end up saving the school basically, man. They had a whole day for me. Quote unquote fire marshal brought me out and we had a whole day. And that saved me to move on. They like, well, we can't flunk them. Like, we just save the school. We can't put it back in 5th grade. I'm like, man, it's like flunking was like the worst thing ever growing up as a kid. Like, man, I ain't gonna be able to go to school. I'm like, dang, it's next year. So I ended up getting moved on, whatever, but for the most part, man, I was always out of school, man. I never had a chance to like get in tune with what they were teaching, and I knew it was bullshit. Whenever the teacher used to call me, I'm like, I remember one time I was in school, 7th grade. One of my teachers, Miss Wisner, she was like, she pointed somewhere on the map. She like, it was like Mexico. She like, yo, where is that? I was really shocked, like that's bullshit city. Cause I already, and she sent me to the office, but I at that point in time there was something there that knew that. You feel me? That was Northwestern excellent. But my soul didn't know. I mean, like, my soul knew, yeah. But like just growing up, it was kind of hard for me to actually understand it at that time. But looking back now, it's like I never gave it to the system. So I just feel like the NBA was something that was like, my destiny was in the hand of massive down there. Because like, you look up, talking to all these European guys, telling a bunch of niggas what to do. That didn't sit well with me no more. It's like, I was like, man, I did what I had to do. I had 5 years professionally. Let me move on, because I felt like I had more to offer, not only myself, but the universe. And then I went on my journey. You know what I'm saying? I felt like it was about to be a Christian journey. Like, I'm like, want to save souls and tell people. And it was totally different. You know what I'm saying? I left Dallas, Texas, because my mom stayed in Texas. I moved my family from Texas to Texas from Detroit. So I thought, I'm going to go to LA. I'm going to get a music industry. I'm going to tell everybody about Christ. That didn't happen that way. But yeah, man, it's been a wonderful journey, man. Just learning self, man, because I recognize that without knowing who you are, none of this shit matters, bro. And I grew up on martial arts, so it's like it was easy for me to get into meditation. So it's like I was always in Bruce Lee and getting to that point to where I learned how to meditate at a young age. Life itself kind of took me away from it, but I got back to it like 6, 7 years, and knowledge stuff is the reason why I'm able to have this phone conversation and talk about who we are and grow and dig.
If anybody got questions, just come up to the hot seat.
Yeah, man, ask me questions, man. We have there,
What inspired the school? Because Noble Drawley told the Moors every temple should have a school, right? You didn't necessarily have a temple to use as that platform, but you made the gym a learning institution with Moeger Hoop School.
Yeah.
What talk about the hoop school and the concept behind that with giving back and all that.
Honestly, that all goes back to me always creating opportunities for myself, because I remember even when I was like in middle school, going to high school, familiar with AAU, like summer ball?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I was never able to like get on like some of the good teams to like go play and stuff. Like, so that was like kind of like homie back then. So it was like that something just struck something. That's when I created my own team. So it's like I knew I was hanging with some dope hoopers, and we created our own AAU team, 6, 7, 8 guys, and I was like, look, man, just how your moms pay $30. We can go to these tournaments every weekend. Each tournament was like $300 to get in, whatever. So it's like, I had to create my own team. I created my own squad, had the gym, and we ended up, traveling everywhere. I was 14, 15 years old at that time. It was like, if they're not gonna give me the chance, I'm gonna create my own opportunity. Got on the circuit, start cooking people, you know what I mean? And then obviously, everything else happened after that.
Yeah.
Musically, I wasn't necessarily feeling like I was getting, some of the things I felt like I deserved. So I started my own company. I started Moe Production. And there came a point in time was like I started getting invited to like different camps to go speak to the youth, and I wanted to do more of it. I was like, God damn, I'm like, why ain't nobody inviting me? I'm like, all right, I create my own. So I created my own situation with Moe Cook School. And for the most part now, I've always known that like my purpose on earth was to give back to certain people. And I've accepted that at a very young age. But it wasn't until like the past, the last 2 or 3 years where I was like, oh, that's really what I'm supposed to be here doing. Everything else is down here extracurricular. But so that's what the hoop school is, man. We're giving youth the opportunity to like to learn from some of the things I've been able to bring up. And then ultimately, man, I'm just doing what we're supposed to do, man. What we always done, man. We brought life, civilization, humanity, science, spirituality. That's what we brought, and that's how I look at it. I don't necessarily look at it as a whole thing. It's not a bunch of Asiatics, but at the same time, I'm bringing all these nationalities together. I'm bringing all these communities together, and I'm uplifting humanity, because that's what we're supposed to be here for. You know what I'm talking about? So it's like we can't necessarily wait for the quote unquote European to lift us up. That's, in my opinion, I feel like that's highly incapable. They're at the lowest part of their existence right now. It's like it seems like they're winning, but it's like they're really at the lowest vibrational time in history right now. So I look at it as that. It's like, this is my opportunity to uplift humanity. And I'm using the vehicle in which they respect. Like, oh, you play ball, he does music. So it's like, it's easy for them. Then I go in there, and that's when I kind of go in there and, drop the jewels, give them what I need to give them. You know what I mean? I don't necessarily press people, but at the same time, it's just an opportunity for me to actually do what I'm here to do. And I feel like life would go a lot smoother if people knew what they were here to do. If you knew what your purpose was, you don't really get caught up in the bullshit. Not to say that we don't get caught up, I still do what I do, but when it's all said and done, I know why I'm here.
Now, how important is that? People who, but we're gonna put you in the bracket with everybody else that quote unquote plays or played ball, right? How important is it for people of that stature or status to use their influence on the people who watch them in a positive light? Like, could it really have an effect? Like, if we have somebody who's out there now that's whatever and coming out openly and talking about things that you're talking about, that Morris talking about, what type of impact you think that'll have on upcoming generations who look at these people?
It'll be everything. Just like we talked about the other day on the phone, man. Like a lot of our imagine if LeBron James was in the streets talking about, like, yo, this is your land. Y'all the real and aboriginal people to this land. This is Alma Rock. Like, what would that do? If Kobe came out and really told people, like, yo, because Kobe knows what time it is. He knows all about nationality. If we got our warriors, we get from under that, I feel like we could move things along a lot faster. And I believe that because a lot of times, just physically, we're already at a point where it's like we can get, our guys to be where they need to be spiritually, mentally, emotionally, on a divine level. Oh man, we probably wouldn't be having this conversation. We'd be we be operating the way we supposed to. It's like, every now and then you got the Muhammad Ali's and what's our guy named Colin?
Yeah.
But at the same time, he's close. You can tell he's been studying, but it's going to take damn near one of us to come in here and be like, ooh, more rank, just to kind of give him that real science of why he's doing what he's doing. He feel like he's been a revolutionist, and it's cool. But at the same time, let's really get down to the science of why you're really doing it. It's something in his world that's making him move towards that. So I feel like if a lot of our guys, they caught up in the hype, man. A lot of them scared to lose endorsements. It's like we said the other day, bro. The industry, it's like once you sign on that contract, you're never giving up your moral rights. You're giving up your freedom of speech. You're giving up everything, especially in music.
Yeah,
because
you've been on both sides, right? So
yeah.
Let's go there for a little bit. As far as contract law, the concept of contracts and what we know now with regard to contracts, and where you were as far as contracts, whether you're dealing with music industry or whether you're dealing with the whole athletic jurisdiction. How big is that game of getting people under contracts and then claiming whatever they have as far as their property, their self, or whatever else? Like how detrimental is it to you, knowing what you're doing as far as contracts are concerned?
Put it like this, man. I'm still low key dealing with stuff contractually, like as far as a contract. Not even dealing with basketball, like from 2012. And I'm learning, obviously I had to learn how to write my writs. Matter of fact, got my long forms, so y'all know it's real. I had to, sometimes you gotta put the dead back in check, man. They need to know they did. All that shit I signed back then, I was a minor, I was a young boy, but I'm gonna send this out on Monday. You know what I mean? But contracts. You gave me some jewels the other day that made me feel better about it. Moving forward with the strong. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as reserving my rights and everything. I feel like a lot of our guys would be able to get everything that was promised to them if they understood reserving their rights. That's simple. Our guys don't reserve their rights. We never reserved our rights when we signed this contract. So when it's all said and done, when we're talking about like a guy like, oh my gosh, you just signed for $100 million. You can never see that. Never. He'll never see it. If anything, he might see 5.
Like what do you mean he'll never see that? Because people look at that as the reason why they're gonna, especially nowadays. It's not really about the skill. It's really about like what you said, get out the hood or whatever like that. So when people are looking at those things and they see a guy signed for $100 million, what do you mean that he's not getting that? Like where does that go?
He would never get that bread up front. And if it's a 5-year deal, he might not even play 5 years. He might end up getting injured. He might end up getting traded. And just with life, with the fiat, we already know what time it is with that. That shit is smoke and mirrors. So it's like they get these motherfuckers these numbers so they can feel like, oh, yeah, I'm down. But it's only a perception. They never technically see all this dough. Because if that was the case, it's like a lot of our brothers would be cool. Like Juan Walker, he signed for what? For the past, when he played 10, 12, 120 million. AI just got inducted to the Hall of Fame. He waiting on his pension.
Wow. Hold on a second. You said that he's waiting on his pension?
You get your pension when you're 45.
As far as the NBA, whatever is concerned.
Yeah.
The line for you to start getting paid out is 45.
45 years old, and most people retire at 33.